Hello, so today we're going to, or today's project I should say, is we're going to go and remove this step from my Lexus GX470. It's a 2006. And we're going to replace it with the RCI prefabbed rock slider from RCI Metalworks. In terms of the difficulty level, I'm obviously not that mechanically inclined. I'm learning as we go on these projects, and this wasn't bad for me, at least taking it off. I think putting it on, it's going to require a little bit more because the things are heavy, but it seems fairly straightforward. In any case, this has 8 screws to take out, or bolts to take out. There's 2, 2, and 2 connected to the support brackets, and then there are 2 hidden up in here, and then the retainers here, car screws, I'm not sure what they're called, and then a whole row of them here. So we have to take those out. There's also a power or a plug right there for the lights that you have to take out. I found that it was better for me to remove all the bolts and the fasteners or retainer before I went and did this final row, because then I didn't have to be underneath the car and I could pop them out. And this is actually fairly light, and then when I got to the last one I could pop it out and hold it versus having it fall on me while I was underneath. So let me show you real quick where they are. So there's 2. There's 2 more, and the plug we have to undo. It's actually pretty straightforward. You just pop it, pull it out. There's a little dirt in there, but it'll come out easy. Where are we? Two more, and then finally there's one right there, and then there's one up in there. All right, so let's take these off. A little overview of what we're going to do here. So this rock slider, the great thing about this is it was made for really a simple installation. And if you look underneath the frame of the Lexus, exact same frame as I mentioned that is on the Toyota 4Runner, the holes we're going to go into initially, they actually are all pre-drilled, so we don't even need to do really anything. And I'll use the anti-seize to make sure it goes in nicely. One of the recommendations was to use some jacks, maybe motorcycle jacks or car jacks. I don't actually have either. As I've mentioned before, I'm not really a car guy, so I'm just learning. So I did borrow from a neighbor these rollers. They use them for buckets for car washes. And I realized with this, I have 2 of them. With these pieces of wood, you can get the height just right to this. And all I have to do is get a few of the screws in, and then we'll be good. And then I can put all the rest in. All right, roll it in and see how well this works from a height standpoint. We kind of eyed it. It looked like it works. Down. Yep. Hold on. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. Goes this way towards me a tiny bit.
Right there.
Yeah.
Screwed on.
Yeah. So we put some anti-seize on there. See? Yeah.
Does it work the same way as the anti-lock?
You mean the Loctite?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's actually the opposite. It turns out, now I probably don't need it in this case because they're different materials, but when you have similar materials, hold on, Lucas. Oh yeah. Is that the right hole?
Yeah. It's 2 holes.
Hold on. Mine needs to go a lot higher.
Yeah.
These have to go higher. See?
Okay, I'm tightening it.
Yeah, it's that one goes all the way up there. But
oh, I didn't see that one.
But anyway, so the anti-seize is if you have two similar materials and you thread them together, they actually fuse. So this stops it. And while I don't think it's needed at all, it doesn't hurt that to do it. Right, here, let me do mine first. So you might just, or here, I'll hold it up, you do it. Come over, come down here. That works good, let's just do that.
Oh, I can't see.
Oh, and I just gotta get it right first. There we go.
I can't.
Go underneath. It's fine, you can pull this out.
I can pull this out?
Yeah, because we'll just do this one, and then we'll go do the other side to make sure that it's safe. Is it in I can't tell, is it in the hole?
Yeah. Do I need to put this thing in, too? This thing over it? The, like, thing that holds up the pipe?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The thing that I unscrewed earlier.
Yeah, it's gotta go over the top, but you're gonna do the bottom one, not the top one.
Oh. It needs to scoot towards that, towards my placement. Okay, there.
Okay. Now that we have the rock slider installed, mostly we need to put the these 5.5 inch carriage bolts through, these backer plates, washer, and lock nut. Yep.
Can I try one of these V8s?
Sure. Sure. They're good for you. They really taste better after you work out, though. I find out. So there's only a few spots that goes all the way through the frame. Another one. And I'll just tighten these down. And then that should be it. Another exciting day for us here. This project we're about to do, installing two ARB sliding drawers in the back of the truck, should be, knock on wood, our last kind of big project. I still need to do a couple smaller ones, but for the most part we're kind of at the end of our journey in outfitting this. Besides tires and then doing some lights, I think that'll be it for me. Although I know everybody says you're never done once you start. So these drawers were actually quite a bit of an ordeal, and I've probably said this before, but my friends have continually told me, do your projects earlier, way earlier than you need. And this is just another case in point with these. I got my first set of drawers and they were damaged. And if you know the ARB drawers, they're fairly pricey. And if I'm going to pay that kind of good money for good quality, I don't want to start with damaged products. It's different if I do it myself. I got them from 4-Wheel Parts. They were actually great. And they turned around and it actually got damaged in shipping. The boxes that came were just crazy. I'll post maybe 1 or 2 of them just so you can see. So ordered them again, and on round 2, the smaller drawer came good, but the larger drawer once again came damaged. And they even shipped it via a different carrier this time, and the box was destroyed and there was damage to the drawer. So I guess 3rd time's the charm. Finally got the bigger one again, and it came perfect. So we're ready to load this in to the truck. These have some really nice features. One of the features is, obviously it's a drawer, but the other feature is the lid comes up and slides out. And the reason for this is on the bigger one, I'm going to go put a cooler we have over there, the Dometic cooler, and we'll talk about that in a little bit, maybe another segment when I do a review of it. And in this one, my goal is to actually put a bike rack on it so that I can slide bikes in and out of the truck fairly easily. So let's go over to the truck. I've said this on quite a number of projects so far, saying, oh, this is going to be easy this time, or this project shouldn't be bad. And I think every time it's bitten me. So I guess I won't officially say it, but it seems like this one's more straightforward than the other projects I've done. So I need to take out these 2 7th row seats, or third row seats. It's for 7-seaters because it won't fit in here with them on. And in here, I already have mounting points for the drawers. Here, 4 mounting points. And I think that's gonna be it. So with that, we'll get started on the project, and then we'll see afterwards if it was easy or we had a lot of issues like we've had with everything else. I should say learning experiences. All right, so this part of the project is we're going to connect these together. So why don't you open that side, Lucas? All right, normal lights. Where are the bright ones?